Hey everybody, this is Renee here, and I'm with my friend Michele Santo. Say hi, Michele.
Hi.
We are here to talk to you about what emotional freedom technique is and just different experiences that we have had with it, and to help convince you to try it before you judge it, because Michele and I both pretty much judged it before we tried it. So, yeah, let's just start talking about what emotional freedom technique is. Basically, the title of it is what it is. It frees you from the emotions that are trapped within your body permanently, but it combines several different modalities within the tapping. So you tap on the acupressure points on your body, and it includes healing affirmations, neuro-linguistic programming. It combines a little bit of Chinese medicine with Western psychology, all rolled into one to create this healing, super healing modality that heals you.
I love it because not only do you get to talk through whatever is going on for you, and I'm a talker, I could talk all day, and people tend to open up to me, so I like to listen to people too, but I feel like it's such a beautiful blend of like positive psychology and ancient like Chinese medicine, because these acupressure points, they're focusing on like the energy centers of our body. And when you tap on them, you're doing so many amazing things for the body, even though it looks funny on the outside.
Yes, it does look very funny, and that's where people tend to judge it before they try it. And I used to judge it like 10 years ago. I was like, there's no way I'm doing that. No. And so I completely put it aside. And here I am 10 years later, and I'm raving about it because it's helped me dramatically in my life from so many things. That's a whole nother video. But yeah, we would like to encourage people to just try it. Try it, and then you can judge it. Because, yes, you can have debilitating depression, anxiety, whatever, and this specific modality can help change and transform your life. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. So yes, it is. It's more than talk therapy. So there's nothing wrong with talk therapy. I am not dissing that, but let's be real. Do you really want to sit on a couch for 10 years and talk about your problems and get nowhere? It's like banging a hammer against your head. Like, to me, you don't really solve anything. You just go and sit and talk to somebody, and maybe that's relieving for some. But this is so much more. It is talking about it. It is tapping on the acupressure points where it actually changes the neural pathways in your brain. It changes the muscle memory in your body because, let's be real, your body holds on to trauma and your mind remembers what the trauma is, and this changes it. Like, there's been so much scientific research done on it. There's been brain scans done that it actually, on a physical level, changes the way your brain looks. So, yeah.
It's amazing. It really is. And I think the cool thing about it is research has shown that when you're actually tapping on these acupressure points, you're sending a calming signal to the amygdala in the brain. It's just like this almond-shaped part of your brain that's responsible for the fight, flight, or freeze response. And in like the Neanderthal days, you were literally running from a dinosaur, an elephant, a tiger. So those were the type of scary stimulus that would put you in that scared state of mind, which affects your whole body. And now you can just get triggered by reading your email or watching the news with what's going on in the world. And you don't realize how stressed you really are until you do this energy work, because there are like big traumas with a capital T, like being mistreated or abused in some way, or even a car accident. And then there's these little traumas with a lowercase t, like somebody looked at you and made you feel uncomfortable, or somebody, mocked you when you were a kid trying to speak up in class and you felt like it's not safe to speak up or be visible. And these little stresses, they compound in the body. And like you're saying with the muscle memory, they get stuck. And then tapping really helps you just release all that. And then another part, which I feel strongly about, is whatever we're scared of, it's not that, like, I'm afraid of heights, right? I just had an episode of driving on the edge of a mountain and I was freaking out. And my partner was like, just tap on it. And I was like, no, even though, I thought I got over it. But, so what I'm trying to say is there's these emotions and beliefs that are under our fears, and EFT really helps you address and unravel whatever they are.
We don't know what to do with the stress, the energy that's trapped within our bodies. And this is a way to reverse that. So let me look at it.
I also feel like it's a matter of, like, you don't know what you don't know, right?
Right.
It's kind of like, oh, okay, I was fine with, like, journaling.
Yeah.
Or calling a friend and venting on the phone and being like, yeah, I'm cool. And I would, just like you, I would see the EFT videos on YouTube and I would watch them, but I couldn't get past that. I'm like, they look like, it's funny, tapping on their head. What is actually happening? So I guess it would be cool to, like, just break down, like, what actually is happening as we're tapping on these points.
Okay, so yes, tapping on the acupressure points on your body while talking releases or signals the molecules in the brain, and it allows the stress to be relieved and increases your mood. So it enhances your mood, and it increases your immunity so that healing can be created within the body. I hope that's a concise description of what happens while you tap.
Definitely.
One thing I really want to emphasize here is that this is permanent. So, speaking of that, I'm going to talk about my experience with talk therapy. I went to counseling and psychologists and psychiatrists for years, but nothing ever changed. I just kept bringing up the topic over and over and over again. So emotional freedom technique is a way to free you from those specific traumas that you've been holding on to and you don't really know what to do with and you don't know why they still bother you. This is a way to permanently transform and change it. If you believe that it can, like, you got to believe in what you're doing too. And also another thing is finding somebody that can help guide you through this type of work, because let's be real, it can be scary, it can be daunting to face our fears, those dark spaces within our bodies and our minds that we don't know how to heal from or get over. Find somebody that you relate with, that you like, that you want to work with, that can help you through this stuff, because one-to-one EFT work or any healing work is better with a practitioner or a healer that can sit down, listen to you specifically, and work with you with your particular story. That way you can have your personalized healing session. So that's really huge. And I was fortunate enough to find someone that could help me. I actually have found two people, and Michele is one of them. And Michele is an EFT practitioner, and she has helped me tremendously with blocks in my life. And I also have another EFT practitioner that helps me. So what I'm saying here is find somebody that you can relate with, that you are on the same wavelength with, that speaks to you.
Absolutely. I feel like that's when the magic happens, when you do the one-on-one work. EFT is so amazing because that once you learn the points and you learn what, how to say what's going on, you can do it on your own at any time. That's like the beauty of EFT. But if you really want to transform your life, it is so helpful just to have somebody to, like, with a compassionate heart, listen to you with no judgments at all. And exactly what you're saying, Kelly, you really need that. You need to find the right connection with the person that's guiding you through these sessions. And they can help you with just like address the blind spots and talk about the emotions that you have, or just like you were saying, like rewriting your story and kind of, changing in your like inner landscape so that you believe that you can do new things, or you can resolve an unsettling memory in the past. Because we all have these things, you don't get out of life or childhood like scot-free. I have amazing parents and family, but I'm a highly sensitive person. So some things that have happened, I just took the wrong way or took it to heart, and it affected me of what I thought was possible in my life. And EFT and working with Kelly, weekly, literally we would meet every week for months. And she's helped me so much just with my relationship with numbers. I know it sounds like something so small, but I was always a person that was running late. I had the belief that I wasn't good managing money. And that's not true. I don't have to accept that's just part of who I am, because it's not. And she's really helped me open up to, guess what? I can learn to be more on time. I could learn to be better with math. And it's really been really helpful.
Oh, so glad. Because I want to share a little bit about your belief that you used to believe. Like, you used to believe since your family was always late, then that was just who you were. And yeah, you've come so far. Like, that doesn't really hold true anymore for you. It's super powerful. For how many years did you believe that? I mean,
I feel like probably my whole life.
it's a long time.
I don't know how friends didn't ditch me. Like, I was always 5 minutes, 10 minutes late. I'd always tell them, hey, running late. And they're probably like, oh, God, traffic again, Michelle? Like, I couldn't get it together.
So that's another thing that EFT does, is it helps you to change your beliefs, those beliefs that don't serve you in your life, those beliefs that hold you back from reaching your dreams and your goals. It could be something as silly as I am not worthy and I can't do anything that I really want to because they treated me terrible as a child. I mean, it changes that stuff. I don't know what else does that. Okay.
I know. Oh my gosh, I know. It's just amazing. And I definitely invite you or anyone that's watching to just try to open your mind and try it. And just like Kelly and I shared, I think EFT probably popped up in both of our lives at multiple segues in our journey. And I do believe that, when the student is ready to change, the teacher just shows up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what happened to me. Like, I was just ready. Like, lead me to whatever, whoever, and it happened. Like, bam. And here we are.
How often do you tap?
That's a great question. So in the beginning, I was a hot mess, people. No lie. I would tap for hours. Now, so it's about a year and 7 months into this, I don't tap near as much as I used to. So I just kind of do like a follow-up tap just to help myself feel better. But in the beginning, I tapped for a weekend, a whole weekend, like a whole Saturday, a whole Sunday for 4 or 5 hours in a row. because that's what it took. And I was willing to get better, and I was tired of living in desperation and depression and debilitating anxiety. So yeah, that's what I did. And it may not be what everyone else needs, but that's what helped me.
That's so cool that you were so committed to your transformation that you just did whatever it took.
Yeah, and I also saw my EFT practitioner weekly, and I still pretty much do. It's not needed as much as it was in the beginning, but I still do. I still see her, and I also see you weekly too, which I am so blessed and fortunate to have two really good EFT practitioners in my life that I'm working with.
Aw, that's
And
so
what?
cool.
And you?
Um, I feel like when I worked with you, you know, and continue to work with you, those weekly sessions were very powerful because I got into a place where we got to know each other and had things in common. So as our relationship deepened, I feel like I was allowing myself to go deeper in the sessions because you resonate with me.
Yeah.
And so I feel like those help me create like long-term changes. And then every morning I try to tap, even if it's just 5 minutes when I'm in bed before I, do my workout. I feel like those are like maintenance,
Right.
maintenance taps, or, if something comes up, I'm stressed about work or whatever it is, I'll always tap in the moment because that's the best time to tap is when the shit comes up.
Yes, and speaking of that, I have tapped when I've had the flu or a stomach bug, when I felt
Really?
my worst. And you think, oh no, I can't tap. Yeah, you can. You can, because it helps anything, any physical ailment, anything. Stomach bug, flu, yeah. So,
That's so cool.
yeah. People
That's-
say, oh, I'm too tired to tap. Well, you need to.
You can even tap to gain energy. I've done that.
Oh, yeah.
It works.
Yeah. And I've also heard people say that tapping recordings don't help. They do if you find the right ones, and there are plenty of them out there. And I have a YouTube channel. There's plenty of people that have their own YouTube channels specifically for EFT tapping. Just do a search. You can find videos out there. Do some binge tapping. The more of the tapping that you do, the better your life gets, the
Mm-hmm.
clearer you think, the less reactive you are to things that happen to you or things people say to you. You're just like, you become this calm person. You like, I can't even recognize myself sometimes, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
If someone wants to resolve something in their life, how often do you think they need to tap, or how long do you think it will take, for them to resolve an issue?
Yeah, it just depends on the person and the severity of the trauma. Um, I had one incident that happened to me at 14, and it took quite a bit of time to resolve it. But the fact that I actually resolved it is pretty darn miraculous, because it bothered me for 20 plus years. So, yeah,
Aw,
it just depends on what it is and how willing you are to dive into the issue and receive some help.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's so
And
cool.
each person has their own inner guidance system. So you can pretty much tell by how you're feeling within your body, how you're thinking, how much of this you need to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
So I'm going to link a video that Michele has made. It's like a generalized tapping video. Anybody can do it, and it's for stress. If you wanted to try, just try it out. Okay, try it on for size. Try her video. I will link it at the bottom of this one. And then I have my whole YouTube channel. I have several tapping videos that you can choose from. Pick one, try it, and then judge it. Okay, so this is Kelly Renee and Michele Santo. Thank you, guys.
Bye.